A bunch of groups are low-level thoughts. I'm trying to understand something. I'm trying to enjoy something. Yet they want to brainwash me I can't enjoy something or something, whatever sticks they go with. So let me guess. Nonsense groups want people to suffer so they can enjoy something? They can live off of others? Well, I shouldn't have to be suffering because of those low life groups. Okay? No one should be suffering because of low life groups. They cause issues on people. They do so unjustly. Everything those groups have done is unjust. Then they want to change. Then they want to turn around and change. You see how they're throwing dirt on people? And people cannot focus and do what is needed? People say, oh, well, try harder, you know? No, I'm not supposed to put an effort. There's not supposed to be any form of issues while I do something. You know? That's the virus the entire time. That's making people believe that, oh, you know, do this. So this will happen. No. No one's supposed to do anything when there's nonsense in people's lives. Yet people then don't do what is needed. The need of what is needed cannot be done. Because nonsense will show up and mess with people's lives, so people stop, and the need is not able to be fulfilled. People continue, those nonsenses also continue, attain powers, gain power, do some type of bogus thing, and cause issues on people's lives. Truth can continue, lies cannot continue. People are allowing them to, I believe. The more people partake in lies, the more they allow them, the more people allow people to control those elements of reality, being those people. People have a twisted logic, yet they throw their twisted logic on somebody else and make themselves seem that they're correct. I'm a different reality. The different reality equals the fact that people are partaking in forbidden elements, creating problems themselves. something's not going to be done wrongly, something's wrong is occurring, I'm stopping to do what I need to do. I can. However, it won't be the same. It won't make sense. It won't be the true of what is needed. Because people want me to label everything, lawn owners, truck drivers, this, that, this, that. I'm not gonna label anything. That's not my job. Noises that are harmful that people do in the wrong place, wrong time, fix whatever they do and being allowed to do. Is a problem. You guys are hard. They caused me harm today from doing 1,000 things. Okay? That was a damage today. I plan on doing 10 things today. And I'm not going to do those 10 things anymore. Yet they want me to be their side and not mention this. Are you kidding me? People jeopardize the entirety. On one person. One person messes with another person, it's an affection going on. That's their goal. Tire people out, take them backwards while they move forward. That's a dirty game plan. This is why nothing works out correctly. I don't believe the nonsense noise and nonsense things that they're doing. Makes 0 sense. Maybe of what occurred in the past. If so, those groups definitely have to be held responsible, cannot be floating around, cannot be causing same issues. One thing for people to have a point of what they're doing, of what they're saying. Another thing to be wrong and play politics. Make themselves seem correct. A wide variety of other things. There's no point for me to say anything. Everything's already been said. Everything's already been done. If no, then what I say won't even matter. I'm talking about those specific groups. I'm not talking about everybody else. If nonsense hasn't stopped, if they didn't stop their nonsense, and a bunch of people are using excuses for a bunch of other things, whatever they may be doing, then what matter does anything make for me to say or to do? If they have Cami doing most basic things. Wrongly, they want me to do something correct. Well, I don't want to do that. Hence why he stopped. I don't think anybody should do anything wrong. I don't pave way for wrong to occur. Yesterday, I was going to do something correct. Everything was going to add on and make sense. And yet, nonsensers with their doubts, with their insecurities, created problems to use excuses. I don't need excuses. Yet, I stopped doing something because they want me to continue while they do something wrong. Are you ever going to understand? And what they did was from the beginning of what happened. People were aware. Yesterday's payout of what happened around 1 a.m. was the beginning of what was occurring. Well, I'm literally trying to give a correct answer for everything to be. They just stopped me from doing what was correct. They stopped me, they stopped themselves, they stopped other people. That's why there's dust and there's pools. There's no ocean of what is in need. In other words, they've done a dumb standard, a minimum, a dumb nonsense. They want people to know. That is a dumb standard. I can't breathe, I can't walk, I can't move, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's how I felt. They want me to be stupid, they don't want people to know the story so I can continue and they can just walk all over me. They're viruses. They know I'm correct. I'm more correct than they're wrong. They're wrong. The gameplay is politics. And the opportunity they find, nonsense try to attempt to control. They're playing a stupid game, whether they're testers, examples, blaming somebody else. Nothing works this particular style. What are they doing? You know, to be honest with you, from my overall observation, there's specific groups that only act like they want something to work. Only pretend that they want something to work. They don't want something to work. I've understood that too. If they wanted something to work, something will work. And they will spend the time and energy and effort on all that is true. I know what's going on. While they know the answers, then they're doing twists and turns with specifications for me to lose track of what I'm saying. All people have to do is focus on the formula. Everything else is an illusion. You're having a problem with the formula? Ring, 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 ring. Hey, Gebo, what's this? Oh, okay. Otherwise, people create a story on themselves, drag me in the process with their story, and try to blame everybody else except themselves. Depends on how people feel. They'll say a bunch of stuff. People are good people. They don't want us to talk about viruses. They don't want to say the word virus. They don't want to say lack of understanding. I don't want to say virus. I don't want to say lack of understanding. Yeah, that's how people push people, and that's what they say. And so those people are not wrong. No one's wrong. What's wrong is the people that are doing the wrong behavior. I don't care what you call anything. Damage is damage. Wrong is wrong. That's what that arrives to. I don't care any excuse. I don't care whatever people say. It doesn't matter. Wrong is wrong with whatever they're doing. So you can say 10,000 million gazillion trillion things. None of that will matter. What matters is the formula. Yet the formula is done. Yeah. The formula is done. Wah. Then people want me to perfect something wrongly. Won't happen. You know, it's not going to happen. Forget about you thinking I'm going to perfect something wrongly. Me being disturbed, me being in predicaments, me not being able to yell correctly, and so on and so forth. Can't happen. This is why there's problems, because I continue and there's nonsense continue too. However, I'm not continuing the way they want me to continue. I'm continuing the way I want to continue. Because the way I want to continue is what is true. What they want me to continue is false. Even though what I want, even though something is indeed, something is correct, something is obviously not correct, because those groups cause issues and expect different results. They're trying to do a wrong math, in other words. And they want me to partake in this dumb math. And there's stupid nonsense visions of whoever's showing nonsense visions, trying to spoil everything, trying to mix everything, is also not going to be counted either. You know? I see nonsense visions. People think it's funny, huh? They get accustomed to me, of what they're doing. It's okay, there's consequences to that too. Actually, that's not okay. Because I never partook in their stupid mixed visions of whatever they try to give me. Even though some people even force visions on people. So one group is losing, the other one is upholding their losses or something similar to that going on. You know how easy everything is? All people have to do is refrain from nonsense. That's all you have to do. Very, very simple. Somebody's refraining from nonsense. I'm refraining from nonsense. There's no nonsense. Where's the problems? Well, people create problems. They find any form of thing they can to create problems. Instead of when they see a mistake to correct the problem, they see those people see a mistake and they create a problem. You know how you cure a problem? When you see a problem, you cure something. No, they want to add more. They want to create problems. I'm not stupid, man. You know, I'm not going to be continuing to do what the plan is of a need to do. And I guess then I'll just do it similar to everybody else in terms of whatever the need is cannot be fulfilled. The need somehow, some way, the energy will fulfill itself one time, one day, one energy of time, life cycle. You know, another possible doing. So this is just a desperate attempt of what these groups are doing realistically. They're just desperate. They know they're wrong. Everybody knows they're wrong. They can't prove that they're correct. Everything is falling on them. figure of speech. And they want to, of course, then make everybody else suffer, possibly make instead of them taking the hit. They want me to take the hit. They want somebody else to take the hit. They don't want them to take the hit. They don't want to be responsible for their nonsense game that they played. They want an innocent person to be responsible for the nonsense game that they played. Okay? So whatever is true will be. Everything else that's continuing in some type of a nonsense game is a problem, because I've been nothing except literally true, and everybody, whoever's trying to mix me and everything else, is all liars. If people don't allow people to do what is needed and what they know is needed for themselves, that makes sense, then I will continuously do what I'm going to do until I get what I need in terms of what makes sense, so I can do what I need to do. And if anybody stops me, they're just going to be playing a game on themselves. Realistically. Just because you can't handle something, whatever is going on, doesn't equal somebody else can. Is this the best for producing? This is ridiculous what they're doing. A bunch of people made themselves seem correct. Versus people that are correct. So, just ridiculous of whatever people have created. They're creating a problem themselves, getting a live reaction, live opinion, making themselves seem correct and everybody else wrong. That's their fucking game. They're wrong. Do people understand that? Live reaction, live opinion, wrong results. You don't know what the true story is. You don't know what's going on. You think you know what's going on. You tend to make a blind choice, blind decision that gets everybody in a jumbo. When I talk about jumbo, I'm talking about in a mix. This is not reality. This is not how anything is supposed to be. Instead of literally being the answers, people are less than the answers of what they're doing. Get away from me. I want to speak to you. Do you think I want to speak to you? Do you think I want to speak to you?
I thought you didn't like smoking.
Do you think I get the heck away from me? Get the heck away from me. Don't talk to me anymore. You yourself. People can't believe that I beat them in their own nonsense, stupid game. If they have an audacity to play stupid on me, making themselves seem that they're correct, with their stupid, logical, twisted lie behavior, how can you be correct being lies? They're just trying to fool me, trying to fool people. They can't. They think anything that they're doing is just. Everything is unjust of what they're doing. Any form of nonsense on me, any form. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about everything that is true. This is just an overall sum of what occurs on people and what the reflection is. I would say much more kinder. Of who and what people are doing, and realistically receiving back. You know, go over the top playouts, the wrong timing, the wrong results, the nonstop harassments. This is what that is. So if people are misjudging people's lives, they don't know any better. Well, I'm trying to do my part to make you understand. Yet people have wrong effects see their reflections and tend to get mad at other people. So their wrong maths doesn't matter with correct true maths. They created people have created a drama series, and they've dragged a lot of people in the process with their drama series. They don't even realize this though. I don't think they do. I think if people did, there's the people, they wouldn't do this. So, in terms of everybody realizing the fact, okay, look, somebody just said I got eye on you the whole time while I'm literally looking at the plane ahead of me. Okay, so they're doing some type of mock or whatever they're doing, playing nonsense games, possibly making themselves seem correct or boosting themselves, being egotistical, whatever they're doing. They're literally partaking in the false reality. And I happen to see a nonsense vision at the moment of time that has nothing to do with reality either. Private vision. I just had a private vision of a sibling of mine, and wherever that's stemming from, disconnected. So that particular element, that particular technology, doing that particular thing with particular wrong mixed playouts are painting a picture not accurate with the truth and changing the narrative to make something less than what something is. Okay? In other words, somebody's talking about all this type of realities or all this type of whatever they're talking about, and whatever they're talking about is not real. It's just false. You know? People, instead of being their true self to create a true reality, everything that they do in every element of reality, and that is what is true. Their reality is flawed. They have no idea what the heck they're doing. They're trying any method, any way they can to try to get something out of somebody, and the fact that they're doing this, they're torturing people. So they're gonna face consequences. These nonsense groups. Wherever anyone is that's going around disturbing the peace, causing issues, you guys will face punishment and consequences. And you guys already have been facing punishments, consequences. No one should be going around and messing people's stories. All these people, they don't talk. You know why? Because they got nothing to say. They don't know anything. They don't know who they are. They speak in bits and pieces, those specific groups, who those puzzle pieces of whatever they've been doing. They're trying to change a story or something. They're trying to do some type of scientific, some type of weird noise stemming off of cars. So all these noises need to easily be abundantly known to everybody, and everybody abundantly known to everything. Because without nonsense changing and expecting the answers to be, these groups, they cannot be playing similar to they're doing or whatever they're doing, because whatever they're doing doesn't add on. In other words, they're doing a minus of whatever they're doing. In other words, what people are doing is, even though this is a beautiful day today and I want to go outside, most people, or a lot of people, how many ever people, they don't want to go outside today. Because today's a day where people are still causing issues, having wrong effects on people, and people cannot go outside and enjoy what they like enjoying to do. Nothing is enjoyable. And not everybody, whomever it is that is encountering this type of behavior. Because realistically, this is all false of everything I'm feeling. You can imagine me similar to how the planet would view something or someone, and I'm viewing something similar to that. Okay? Totality of everything, how the planet is viewing something, I tend to view how the planet views itself. So I'll give you an example. There's cars at the moment of time going around, where they're going to work, where they're going to school, where they're going to somebody's house, wherever they may be going. Are they realistically going somewhere, or are they just going around and at the wrong place, wrong time, spying on people, claiming that they're working, claiming that they're going to school, claiming that they're going to their friend's house or whatever they may be going to? Where's all these people going? Because some of them only saying that they're going somewhere. However, what they're doing is they're going around disturbing the peace. They're going around disturbing people's lives. And they know this. Everybody knows this. So what are people waiting for? While they're aware of the information, they want me to have to tell them similar to this so they can say, oh, yeah, this is what reality is. Okay, well, yeah, that is what reality is. However, that's also what reality is too. You know the information. You're aware. You can be aware. You choose to be ignorant. Whose problem is that? Can't be ignorant. I've done a lot of changes, and I have seen a lot of changes back in terms of what was needed, to be honest with you. And that's why some people continue. Some people continue in the path of whatever they're continuing because people are not changing the way the changes needs to occur. People might say, okay, well, what am I going to do to change something? And I've been doing everything to change something while people are continuously doing the same nonsense story and doing the same nonsense story, having a wrong result, seeing their reflection again. So do people want to hide this, cover this, sweep this under the rug, mask this? Or do they want to understand realistically, like, hey, this is wrong. Everything should make more sense in terms of whoever is in people's lives and continue from there. Very simple. You're aware of me, I'm not aware of you. Call me. You're aware of me, call me. If there's realistically a problem, I realistically have a correct answer. When some people do something with robotics in terms of forcing people what I felt, doing playouts and pressuring people and doing live reactions, live results to fit people in their narratives, and make people believe that that's normal in terms of what they deserve, you know, doesn't make sense. That some people did this to me because I kept, I could possibly speak about this and remind of what's going on. Well, that's one of the things that's going on. There's a mix. There's a good play out occurring that resonates with me, and I love that play out. Goes is correct, is true, and that's what the answer is for me. Everything else is false. Everything else is somebody else's story, comparing, belief, something, whatever anything may be. So, what they need to do is realistically focus on the fact that these people, whomever anything may be, whatever anything may be doing, they're misspending my time. They're misspending my time. They're misspending somebody else's time. That's what's realistically occurring. I think somebody got a funny idea with the shirt I was wearing. Something reminded me of them. They're like, okay, well, how do you want me to be? Look, I'm gonna put it to you this way, man. There's a problem. You cure the problem. You don't add on to the problem. However, the problem has to be natural. It cannot be some dirty game playing and different types of politics, and people claim different results. People have to be true in terms of who they really are. They can't be something that they're not. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're not who they are, who they're supposed to be. So, look, the entire point of everything, of anybody, whoever anybody may be that is wrong, people are supposed to realistically be true and change their visions and thoughts and feelings of any form of thing that they think is wrong. It has nothing to do with reality. So I think what people are doing is they're mixing thoughts and ideas in a variety of places that doesn't make sense. So from my perception, I'm possibly seeing a little bit of everything of what is occurring. So with the elements, with every single element and every single reality of element that people are, if they understand what the truth is, they can apply the answers. Applying the answers, you get correct true results. So I'm literally trying to do something and do a benefit for the planet. A group literally goes, there's more to the story, and some people only see something surface level, and they may be misjudging of what's going on. People are trying to understand a little bit of everything, and I'm trying to tell them, hey, you know what? Instead of trying to understand a little bit of everything, well, That was a vision I saw. I think something had to do with some type of a love that somebody had for somebody, and there's different types of things going at the same time. So there's a lot of everything all at once happening. So people may be misjudging a lot of things what's going on. That's what something may be. So, anyways, I'm going to be continuing to do this because I feel like every time I speak and I mention things, there's no issues realistically. There's people that do different types of uh, thoughts and countings, and then they understand something for themselves. So look, the perception is supposed to be planet's perception. Planet's perception equals infinite love. So realistically, this is still where everything should be because people have to understand everything from the planet's perception. So infinite love represents how the planet is a vessel in space and time and is realistically keeping everything alive. People are amazing. I love people. I love animals. I love nature. I love everything. Realistically, love the most evil person, believe this or not. And this is a fact. This is true. This isn't something that I'm fabricating and I'm distorting and I'm changing. No, this is how I feel based on understanding everything. I do. And the planet does too. The planet hasn't gave up on people. You know what? No matter how I feel, no matter anything, I'm going to put on an amazing face because this is also true. And everybody can smile with realistically their feeling, their vision, their thought in terms of infinite love of how the planet is, understanding, and smiling with the understanding of the infinite love and the understanding of the planet. You know, so this is realistically what this is. You know, and every story that has to do with dysfunction can change whatever title, name, anything you call it. You know, virus story, whatever. Infinite love in terms of understanding. Smiley face with a heart. So you know, some people creating a problem themselves doesn't realistically work correctly. So what people must do is be the understanding, be the answer. So feels good to be alive. Feels good that truth is keeping everything intact. Feels good that people are walking down the street and they're able to do whatever they're doing. However, I don't like seeing the people with a mask on. It covers your identity. That's the word. You know, the word equals 10 things, 20 things, 100 things. What something may equal to. I'm correct. Everything I've said is correct. Some people, you know, they cannot hide this. I'm saying everything with everything how I feel, who I am, through understanding. Why is somebody wearing a mask? Is anybody forcing or threatening anybody to wear a mask? Well, you shouldn't be. No one should be threatening or forcing anything or anyone to do anything. Why is there dysfunction occurring? How can this dysfunction stop? What do people need to do? Well, people need to realistically understand that a lot of people have gone in people's lives, ruined their potential, they've ruined their level of insight, they've ruined the level of infinite love. The fact of the matter is, the planet wants to be, you know, in terms of understanding the truth and being the truth and being the truth. And some people are going in the way of that, and then seeing their reflections blaming people. That's not normal. Well, that's abnormal, in other words. I'll be right back. The problem is the reaction, allowing people to enjoy something. So they're like, "Oh, just be patient," you know. Silly humans. We're so silly, you know. Like silly, like we're funny. So, so you know, technology in the true hands, definitely. Somebody said, somebody said something to do with wow, you know, like don't want to say this word just because this word is associated with a bunch of nonsense, whatever it is that. However, I do know what that is, and people know what that is too. I just don't want to say that word. As a, some people have give some people have given the word a nonsense name, so I don't want to use that word. I don't want to see somebody's privacy. No one should see somebody's privacy. Is that normal? No. People need to not show anything's or anyone's privacy because even if the person says, you know what, I want my privacy to be seen. Okay? So whoever people hang out with in school or anything, everybody knows each other. Like, in other words, there shouldn't be any form of suffering. I had a form of suffering at the moment in time. There shouldn't be any form of suffering. You know, this is sad. This is a sad story. Some people, they don't know what love is. They don't know what infinite love is. They don't know what understanding is. They go around brainwash people and abuse and use them and force them against their will, possibly, and manipulate them and have fun with them, possibly some type of sexual abuse. And it's very sad. And people are very sad. Look at look how that makes somebody feel. That's an expression of the planet. So you know what people need to do? They need to be this in all elements of reality. In other words, everywhere has to be love. Are people growing what is true, or are they allowing the problem to occur? I'm doing my portion in terms of every single day and the prayers that I've been hearing, people being aware. that people are stopping the problems. At the same time, when you think about stopping the problems, there's people that are doing the weird thing where something may equal 5, 10 things. So you know how that's supposed to be? That's supposed to be in terms of everything out of predicaments and lies and being what the truth really is. In terms of who we are. So what's fascinating is this: the fact that I'm thinking about something, the fact that I'm seeing something, and something is a human, not a robot of what I am. People are then making a decision. They're segmenting something, segmenting, and then just doing a play out, a scientific play out to see how people perceive something. You know what that is and what's going on. Exactly. You guys are funny, man. You know, isn't there somebody that realistically, when I mention something as the way something is supposed to be, you know, people are funny. People are. Oh, see that word, funny. Oh my god, even the word funny has been distorted. People are not realistic for that funny one. Sarcasm, figure of speech. Caught myself. I always do. That's a good thing. Every time that I do, I do. Remember, I've been honest. I expect honesty in return for everything to work out correctly. I can create something, and I'm going to do so at the moment of time again for people to be. And people should be bothering one another. When I'm talking about something is off, I'm talking about not just this play out, however, the totality of reality, everything is off. Nothing is the way anything is supposed to be. So this planet needs to return back to balance. This blue ball, beautiful planet, you know, every single country listed all in one tiny circle, you know. So the planet needs to return back to balance. How? Well, the planet is in void. The planet needs to get out of every single void. In all elements of reality, the elements being anything that anybody is doing, whatever they may be doing, that then are able to get out of these voids, and getting out of these voids being the most correct answer in all elements of reality, the return to balance will occur. This equals also every being understanding and understanding the planet in terms of the planet being infinite love. People did some type of a heavy whatever people did some heavy weird things on people's lives and manipulate people's behaviors and thoughts and ideas and every single thing you can imagine. That's what happened. Where people cannot think straight, cannot make correct choices, decisions, and cannot be the way they're supposed to be. So, with what I'm saying, this should be literally updated with every single being upon the face of this earth. In terms of from what I think the answer is, and so everything can change according to the absolute. You know, I'm going to do how I perceive reality, not how everybody else perceives reality, because the way they may perceive reality is skewed. Even though I understand their reality, is why I'm mentioning what I'm mentioning, so everybody can be. Everything is all outside within, similar to a sponge that is telling you what the reality is of somebody being true and seeing the perception of everything. What the answer is, okay, for all everybody's problem in terms of no one, everybody is happy and everybody is a puzzle to one another with all elements of life. You know, I just noticed. I noticed a truck driving on the street and making noise. The streets need to be definitely fixed. You know, so I know that the true measurement for me is the fact that people are aware of this, and yet they're turning a blind eye. I know what some people want me to do. They just want me to go somewhere and do something. The only problem is there's your answer. So somebody said kunem beranat, and somebody showed a vision of somebody suffering, and somebody's linking an answer with something else, and they're, in other words, a virus to what is true. They're an example from my understanding. They're a test from my understanding. However, those particular groups may, in fact, claim that they're a test under the cover of test or example or something, do some type of weird behavior or something that goes on. So that has to be known in terms of the mix. If there's a mix of something or someone that says something in a moment of time, whatever they said, and I mentioned, and I said that they're trying to link that with, that they're like similar to a virus, trying to link that to what I'm trying to do. This happened yesterday too. The question is, should I stop? People may be feeling pressured. So no one should be pressured. People should feel good. So that's generally, you know what I'm saying. So everybody should be happy, and everybody can be happy. So you know what's funny? This entire everything that's ever occurred, and me telling people generally from the totality of everything of the answer, infinite love. The earth is keeping us alive. Oxygen, water, beautiful bird sounds over here. A plane seeing themselves. Somebody else seeing themselves. Me seeing myself. Infinite love. Allow that to sink in. That's the planet. Imagine being similar to the planet. So the people create scenarios and then take credit for creating some scenarios. So some people are going various places. They're stationing with a bunch of noises. They're stationing themselves with a bunch of noises, a bunch of places, and they're having a weird effect possibly. So people are doing this scenario to people, and they've cheated. They've violated everything. They've messed with reality. They've been able to scientifically brainwash people and control people, where people aren't able to do what is needed for them to do. This is not just. People need to return back to their true nature. Returning back to your balance equals the planet returning back to your balance. Everything within is outside. In terms of the point being that people return back to their true self and true nature. Similar to the planet's tongue. In other words, the planet has a tongue similar to me and similar to every living soul. So under the cover any label, any title, some groups are doing some type of a dirty game playing on people's lives, perhaps. And none of that is normal. This is what people have done. They've been able to distort somebody's story in a moment of time while somebody's mentioning something. So I won't continue to mention what I mentioned. So I talk about true self because the entire point is for people to be who they're supposed to be, not who their false self is. They can't. No one can. The planet cannot be who the planet is. What I've done, I don't think anybody's realistically been able to do in terms of what's occurred on me. To be honest with you, if people think otherwise, then somebody's lying. So that was a good play out that occurred. While somebody's literally mixed everything similar to word to see what is what. And the problem is I'm always honest. And some people then, are they trying to distort the story or what? You know, my perception of reality is correct even till this second. Somebody showing a different type of an image to somebody. This may be an example that somebody's maybe using on somebody else's life or reality. They possibly want to know what I think. What's my take on that? Well, I think that people are trying to say, "Oh, is that true or false?" And people are either believing or don't want to believe. That's their perception. However, what is the truth? Well, the truth is, realistically, the fact that something needs to be abundantly known in all elements. That is known in terms of if I'm correct, then I continue and everything is correct. Yet some people, they've distorted something, they've changed something, they did the opposite of something, whatever anything is, sticks. Some people are trying to go with. People are seeing a reflection of themselves. Maybe they don't like the reflection. So people's perception is thought. Because either something is true or something is false. So yeah, in terms of picturing my wall being colorful and scheme color, yeah, I don't know what type of a weird reality some people played on people. They had to, you know, for something to be established, for something to be understood, for something to be moved on, not for anybody to attempt to manipulate or distort or go against or take advantage of. Everybody's supposed to be everything and everyone is supposed to realistically be true. So every being has a tongue similar to the planet. And not similar to my tongue, however, similar to the planet's tongue of the planet. That plane is having a reaction now. These cars are having a reaction. Everything around me is reacting now. And they agree. They understand. In terms of people realistically understanding. I know I understand. With all this technology, with all this power, everything can definitely be realized through visions or through thoughts in terms of people understanding the planet's tongue from the planet's perception and being the answer in any given element. The answer is what is absolute, and the absolute you must practice and apply.
Some people may say a lot of stuff that you may not understand. I I understood that too. I'm understanding everything what's occurring. People disagreeing, saying of course that's correct because people are not gonna, lose time, go somewhere, lose a thought, and then arrive back. Makes sense. You know what? Psychology doesn't work, man. You guys are cheaters. People are talking about some type of psychology that is correct, it works, and it's true. I agree. But people are talking about psychology that is not true, is false, and doesn't work. I don't agree. Everything is supposed to be truth and true answer. Once the absolute answer is no, something has to be applied. Then that absolute answer is supposed to be practiced. So some people have a different viewpoint of reality, and they're seeing something from their perception. They're not seeing something from the planet's perception. So you're supposed to see everything through the planet's perception. You being part of the perception of the planet. The perception does have to be the true self of somebody. The perception cannot be something less than the true self. Some people gave different reactions to people, whatever they did. Various mentioning. In other words, processes, and that doesn't work in terms of what needs to be. And this, it's a nice place. I'll put you this way. 35 is correct. 40 is correct. And traffic conditions is correct. Less than 35 is correct. So 25 may be correct, 20 may be correct, 15 may be correct, 10 may be correct, 5 may be correct. 35 miles per hour. So obviously, the poster sign saying 35 miles per hour is the fact that you can drive 35 miles per hour, less 35 miles per hour, and more than 35 miles per hour. This from my overall observation in life perspective. However, all whatever mile per hour you drive has to be a puzzle of what the answer is. The answer is 35. Some people are showing people's uh, privacies. I don't agree with that type of stuff. So that also has to be disconnected too. In terms of people cannot show people any form of person's people's privacies. Once the answer is known, the answer is applied. Those groups need to stay far away from those people too. They don't belong together. So these are some scenarios that people are creating. Look at that. The planet doesn't want two people to be together. Why? Why? Because something is being forced, something is unpuzzled, something is not the answer. In other words, the answer is the puzzle and not the unpuzzle. So the answer is similar to the puzzle is similar to the truth. If everybody disagrees with the answer, says, hey, the answer is not 35, the answer is 25. So speed limit and different beliefs or perceptions of people's lives, of whatever they're doing, and getting different types of ideas. So even me explained a speed limit. Can you believe this? A speed limit, there's some type of a speed limit equals a speed limit, doesn't equal anything else. That's the perception that people have to see that. Yet,